break that line.
All right, good morning, team.
Good morning.
Once again, my name is Claude Sinclair. I'm president and CEO of Workbook Management and Investment Group, and I'm also an attorney at law and a minister. And Workbook Management and Investment Group is a personal development company, and we can be located on the website at www.powerthroughnunity.com. And also, my book can be purchased through. You can reach it through the website, or you can go directly to it at www.powerthroughnunity.net. And let me briefly go through the products and services that we offer. We offer wills, living trusts, power durable powers of attorney, estate planning, and asset protection strategies, business development, business incorporation and planning, seminars, personal and group counseling. We have a University of Common Knowledge where we develop home study curriculums. We have a program called Instant Estate Plan where we work with individuals like your personal advisors so we can put together a plan for you that includes insurance and real estate and other items. And then we have investment group development, so we get together with groups of people who want to start investment groups. And we also have a musicians department, hip-hop, spoken word, R&B, DJs, all designed to get the youth and community involved. We have house parties to promote our educational programs. And we also have a ministry called the Temple of Inner Peace and Prosperity, a faith plus works ministry, stewardship ministry. And basically what we want to do is we want to support your advisors. We don't sell any products or securities per se, but we want to work with your financial advisors, your accountants, and so forth to make sure that you get your most effective use out of your advisors. My background, let me spend a little time and go through my background. I was born in Tuskegee, Alabama. I was raised in Cleveland, Ohio. I graduated from John Adams High School, the Mighty Rebels. 4 years in the United States Air Force as a pharmacy technician. I intended to go to medical school initially. In the flip of the coin, I decided to go to law school. Literally. I was a pharmacy technician at Norton Air Force Base in San Bernardino, California for 4 years. While in the Air Force, I attended San Bernardino Valley Community College. Early departure, a couple months from the Air Force, entered the University of California, Los Angeles. Summer orientation program. I attended school there for 1.5 years. My major was history and French. I transferred to California State University in San Bernardino. It was a college at the time, and we called it Little Harvard. Attained a dual bachelor degree in business finance and economics and a certificate in financial instruments while there. My plan A was after graduation, I worked in corporate financial departments for 3 Fortune 500 companies. 2 were in the aerospace and 1 in the commercial setting, spanning approximately 13 years. My plan B, during that same period of time, I was operating a part-time business in tax preparation, financial planning, insurance, and security sales, spanning approximately 15 years. So after 13 years of corporate apprenticeship, I left the drama and went to attend law school. I've been practicing law for over 14 years now. Some social problems and trends that my company had identified that we want to address, the issue of permanent black recessions, reparations, last hire, first to be let go, lack of unity, poor credit, no bank account, lack of moral integrity, lack of spiritual integrity, lack of group economic unity, lack of personal financial responsibility, police abuse, prison industrial complex, foster care, failure to obtain an education, victim of increased economic exploitation, the gap between the haves and the have-not is widening, loss of homes, falling prey to scams which take your life savings and more. What is the solution? Let me introduce you to our 1-year accelerated home study curriculum. It is designed to transform yourself and get entrepreneurship and wealth in your DNA and your children's. A program you can use for your whole lifetime to help you guide to prosperity. The series is called Uncommon Knowledge, the series. I have a home study curriculum here. Here's the textbook. It's been over 10 years in the making.
Wow.
And also the paperback here, and then also these books here are the same that's in the course here, but it's broken down into 4 chapters. This right here, book 1, is deal with the creation of wealth. It deals with the issue. And each one of these chapters is designed to save you money and make you money, and it's just an overview, an introduction to those areas. And then book 2, 4 chapters, deals with the accumulation of wealth. portfolio management, developing businesses and the different type of businesses, tax planning, tax issues, and so forth. And then book 3 deals with the preservation of wealth. It deals with the things that you need to do to preserve your wealth. So, and then also with that, I have lectures that are for each chapter. I have 12 CD lectures that go into each chapter in more detail. Then also with the packet here, sometimes we need to be inspired in order to motivate ourselves. You know, I have a prosperity presentation there that goes through principles of wealth creation, of biblical principles. A lot of people who attend church and so forth, they have this mindset that money is not a good thing. So I go through the Bible scriptures and show them that the Bible is full of individuals that were very wealthy. Oh, yeah. Then I have the calendar workbook that goes along with the course. The calendar workbook is a month-by-month guide that goes through. One is just a straight calendar. It gives a family things to do list so they can be actively involved in the process. So instead of being a passive learner, it turns you into an active learner. So you go through each week. It has a process where you can get the whole family involved. And then at the end, I have forms that you can utilize and fill out forms. I have an index of forms here. We have a goal worksheet for your goals, budgeting, things to do lists, personal financial statements, and so forth. So you can get an idea of actually get involved in tracking your financial performance, you know, over the years. Then we also have a presentation for distributors, about the company, a presentation about the company for distributors when they come on board, so they can explain the program to other individuals. So basically, that's the program, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later. And you can also find more detail about the program on the website. And the solution is self-education and learning. You don't have to go to a university. No one has to give you a certificate in order to learn. So we need to assume the responsibility of educating ourselves, and especially with the website and the internet available, there's so much opportunity for education. How can you get paid? By educating yourself and others. You know, part of this program here is we created a program called MEESP. It's called MEESP, M-E-E-S-P, Main Street Emergency Economic Stimulus Program. And it's a strategy for economic growth and prosperity. And the program here, and I call the distributors, I call them venture capital distributors. It teaches individuals about entrepreneurship and how to create money, create wealth, and they can also raise money in the same process. This is an earn while you learn economic program. You obtain a master's degree in financial literacy at a fraction of the cost. This is a life-changing career opportunity. Join our movement so you can be trained. This is an educational cash flow system that can easily put tens of thousands of extra dollars in your pocket. And everybody's interested in making extra money. So the program here is that not only while you learn about finances, you know, I'm taking 30 years plus of my experience and put into a home study course. So an individual that's just starting out in life will have the wisdom, the knowledge that I have right now. And also, you know, this is a wake-up call. 27 million Americans are unemployed or underemployed. That crisis, not our long-term budget deficit, should be the real driving force of our fiscal policy. A stimulus package should generate growth and jobs to offset rising unemployment. The point of stimulus is to increase economic growth and therefore thereby generate more jobs. A stimulus package should target unmet needs. Another goal of any good stimulus plan should be to meet, where possible, unmet social needs, such as unemployment and long-term poverty and financial illiteracy. The distribution of wages, income, and wealth in the United States has become vastly more unequal over the last 30 years. In fact, this country has a more unequal distribution of income than any other advanced country. This can be changed through group effort. In final analysis, this is a stimulus package that I hope everyone will take a serious advantage of, because it can literally transform your life. You know, we want to go out there and make money, but we got to learn how to keep the money that we do make. Exactly. And sometimes we always complain about not having enough money. What are we doing with the resources that we do have? Exactly. And then we can go from there. And one note analogy is, when I grew up down south in Tuskegee, I remember in the nighttime, my grandmother used to send me out to get water out of the well. It was dark out. We had a little road, and the well was not one of them built up wells. We had a cover over, so I had to pull the cover over and then dip down in the well. We had a couple wells, but this particular one. And I didn't have to lug that. Then I would have to lug that bucket back to the house. Now, if that bucket had a hole in it, I would have to start all over again. And the same thing with our financial portfolios. We want to plug the holes in our financial buckets. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Great job. Maybe you want to buy the book.
We'll take an extra minute, even though we're running up against the time.
Questions?
Yeah. We have any questions?
Be a master's degree.
A master's degree? Well, that's a good question. At the end of the program, at the end of each chapter, there's a quiz. There's 15 questions. At the end of every chapter, that reviews the chapters and so forth. The workbooks also have detailed questions that invoke your thought process. At the end of the course, we have a certificate of completion that we give you in financial management.
Awesome.
That we'll do. And the most important thing, and as an attorney, what law school taught me was how to teach myself. So that when clients come to me with new concepts and theories and problems that I've never.
Excellent. Thank you.
Does your book has anything that deals with the current financial times and times that may come in the future, or
Well,
is it basically building a foundation so you can handle those as those ups and downs?
Yes, that's the latter part is correct. The book is written in such a way that it invokes the thought process and invokes critical thinking. So it's written to stand the test of time because certain things that are going week to week, year to year financial responsibilities. So what we're doing is making sure that you have that solid foundation. This restaurant wasn't built without building the foundation first. So you have to lay the foundation, lay your pipes, lay your everything, and then build on that. When we go out and we want to build these luxurious lifestyles on sinking sand. And it just doesn't work. We can look at the current housing industry. And if we are paying attention to that and people were educated about that, you would understand that this housing boom doesn't make sense. Incomes aren't going up. Our kids aren't going to school. You know what I'm saying? Who's going to pay those? Who's going to pay that house note? So we got caught up. So not only was the financial markets responsible, individuals, we were personally responsible because we bought into that. It was it's greed driven. So we have to be careful not to fall for those type traps. And by being educated, that will stop a long way. But the element of greed is something personally that we have to deal with, and common sense. See, so a lot of things that if we're educated properly, a lot of things we just don't do. Like your house that you live on, you don't gamble with where you live. You know what I'm saying? Some things are out of bounds. And even if you do live in a house and you got caught up, and the analysis now, well, the house is upside down where you owe more than what it's worth. Wait a minute, this is my house. I don't quantify it like that. You know what I'm saying? This is where I live. So that analysis really doesn't apply to me. It's different if you're having a hard time making ends meet. You got to make a decision. But that's my house. That's where I live. So that's a different analysis that you do. So, long story short, any more questions?
Well, actually, we're out of time. Yeah. So, thank you, Claude.
Good job.
I know there's more questions there, but catch him after the meeting. He's a busy man, but I'm sure he'll make a couple seconds.